cottage. How are you all doing? Oh, let me just tidy away some of my mess. I've been busy in front of the computer all morning. Oh, stiff neck. I'm just sitting down with a cup of coffee because I haven't really stopped. And my last cup of coffee went cold, obviously. Oh, there we go. So I'm just going to hang around and see if anyone pops up, says hello. The usual contenders. We'll see. I haven't really got anything planned today because I'm still waiting for my stock order to come. I ordered it on Sunday. It's now Thursday and there's no sign of it arriving as of this week. And I need it to get a move on and be here for the weekend at least because I've got a customer order I need to get on with. So there we go. Just tidy my mess up. Put that over there. Oh, could get my blending board out. I could. We'll see. I'm not really in the mood for blending today, to be fair. Got a bit of a dicky tummy, so I'm not completely 100%. You lie down and behave yourself. So I'm not 100%. I haven't got the full energy capacity, and it's literally just I've just done an email for the website, and it's just taken me an hour and a half, 2 hours to word it all properly because it's an update from American customers, which I'll let you know about in a bit. And for anybody that orders from me, and while I'm on the subject of that, some of you guys that are new, I know that I was looking at my statistics the other day there, over on the YouTube studio, and that apparently there's about 40% or just shy of 40% of people that view don't subscribe to my channel but use regular watchers. And do you know what? It's totally free to hit that subscribe button. I know I've got loads of I subscribe to loads of different ones, and some of them I haven't watched in years, partly because they haven't produced anything in years. But I do like to go back and watch them now and again. But yeah, if you hit that subscribe button, it's completely free for you guys. It doesn't cost you a single penny, and it actually really helps my channel get discovered and seen by others that may be into the same thing as you, and it helps with my statistics as well. Honestly, it really does help. And even putting a comment down and hitting the thumbs up really helps. I don't get paid for putting this channel together. I do this channel because I was encouraged by my customers at the beginning of COVID. So I've been on it 5 years. So it was the beginning of COVID in 2020. This channel's been going since March of that year, so literally within weeks of it all kicking off. The encouragement from you guys, and what a lot of you probably aren't aware, I am a business. I am a small business. I go up my way to make these videos, to do my videos that you see up here. I do put up at least one brand new video every month, and I rake out a video from my Patreon that was filmed last year, and I put that up once a month as well. So there's always something new to you guys coming on here. But yeah, I am a small business, and I have the Patreon to help me and support this channel because I don't get paid for it. I do this off my own back. I'm just a tiny little independent wool dyer and fibre artist. I sell and post my products all over the world. Well, currently not the EU. I'm trying to sort that out, ladies. I am trying to sort that out. I'm hoping by next spring at the latest that I'll be posting back out to the EU again. Maybe sooner, but that all depends. So yeah. So by actually going over to my website and ordering something from me, even if it's little, you're supporting this channel, you're helping me and my business. And that's really what you're doing, because I want to pass on the knowledge that I know and what I've learned over nearly a decade. My business, I've been officially woollycottage.com since 2017. But selling officially as a website and Etsy and places like that when I first started out was in 2018. So yeah, I'm sorry, I had a message. My phone wants to install an update. It can flame and well wait as far as I'm concerned. And I know Wednesday's not my usual day for doing my live chats. I just didn't have the time or energy yesterday. I was just really busy, and I was having a conversation, and when she turns up she'll know exactly who she is. It started at 10:30 yesterday morning and didn't finish until 1:30 yesterday afternoon. So I genuinely got caught up in the day, and by the time I realised what the time was, it was just too late to come on and do a chat. So I do apologise. That's just what happens when I end up nattering. It's just the time flies away. You don't even know where you are half the time. So yeah, what else have I been up to? Nothing much. It's at that time at the moment when I'm waiting to get started on my advents, and I've just sent out an email. As I say, I've been working on this email all morning from the website just to let people know that my Christmas advents, I will be taking the pre-orders off the website on Tuesday next week. I just can't leave them open any longer than this. Hi, Sandra. I usually close down the advents in the last week in August. So they would have been closed down about a week and a half ago. But because the way things have been, I thought I'll leave them open for an extra week and a half, 2 weeks. So I will be closing them down on Tuesday next week. Unfortunately, I don't accept discount codes with them. So the discount code, which everyone gets to use, I always put it on the homepage on the website, but that will be reactivated so you can use it for all products on the website. At the moment, it's only set for art bats because of the Christmas advents. I didn't want anyone accidentally using it in their cart while ordering a Christmas advent, and then they put a couple of bats in, and then it will take the discount off of it completely. So I had the discount code set up so it was just only art bats and carded bats only. That's why when people were going in and doing the Willy deal, they're not be able to use it for everything. It's not, the discount's not applying for everything because it's set for one page. Because if I had it on everything, it would take it off the Christmas advents, if you get my meaning. What else? Do you know what? I'm having a biscuit. These ones that I can sort of have. They are really, really naughty. Oh, here she is, the Flaming Cummy Chef. They're really naughty, but they haven't got any soya in them, so I allow myself. But I get dog taxed. I have to give one to Scardy. I've got a coffee here. I have to share one to Scardy. She's there licking her lips already. I can feel your soggy mouth on me. I have to dunk one for Iona. Where is she? Yeah, because Iona likes hers dunked in coffee. Don't ask. I swear that dog's been here before. Right, there you go. Yeah. Honestly, dog dunking biscuits. But I like myself have these ones, the little petite biscuits. And I never get to eat them all on my own. I get taxed. I get taxed on my lunch and my dinner. And my breakfast as well. Given half a chance if like bananas. They love real Greek yogurt. They're a swine for that. And they love goat's yogurt. You're waiting already. Honestly. Hold a minute, I'll sort these two out. Right, where is the other one? Scads? Right. All gone. Honestly, they'd eat me out of house and home. So anyway, what else have we been up to? Nothing really. I did a little community charity fair a couple of weeks ago. Sold absolutely naff all. But I'm not surprised because I never sell anything when I do local craft fairs. It just doesn't work at all for me around here. So yeah, so I was busy doing that, and I had a load of I sewn up especially for it a load of my project bags, and I did some really pretty ones, and I did some little pod bags as well. They're all gone. Up in your chair. So I did some of these. My larger bags. These bags, this design was in my Christmas advents last year. So you've got these ones with this, I think it looks like seaweed a little, but it's a botanical print. So you've got two adjustable links here where you can, depending on how much wool or patterns or whatever you've got in there, if you want to make it a bit smaller. I've got the opposite colour on there as well, but this one's got a zip in the back. So they don't all have zips, and it does varies with the price as well. And there's the front of it. So you undo this bit and you've got a big pocket on the inside. And then you've got the zip on the back for putting like your needle case in there, your your little accessories and bits and pieces, or even your pattern. There's one again with a zip on the back. So these ones are all cotton. One's got cotton and polyester. These two are linen cotton blends. Little sheep on there with a zip on the back of it as well. And then that one's a cotton linen blend. So it's got a really stiff interfacing in there to give it a fair good structure as well. So they're roughly all about 31 to 32 quid each, because they do take a fair whack of fabric and time to put them together. So they're on the website at the moment. Scardy, go lie down. You get no more biscuits. You're a little muppet. Go lie down. And then I've done a couple of more. These are on the website, but they're all up there in the basket at the moment. So I did some more pod bags. These are really handy to have, because you don't have to use them for sewing. You can have them on your little desk or your craft desk and just put your bits and pieces in, so you know where everything is. Bubbles, threads, all sorts of bits and pieces. So yeah, so there's some more of those on the shop as well. I've got a couple of, I've got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up there. Well, 7 up. Wow, where you going? I've got 7 rovings up on the shelf over there, and I've got quite a few sat in the box as well. So there's a nice decent selection of rovings on the website at the moment. They're all the art bats that I've got there, one up there and then up there. So there's about, I don't know, 30 odd. And I've got roll lags still left on the website. I don't really want to do anymore, because they do take the time to sell roll lags. So I might do some more sort of in my Christmas virtual market that I do the end of October into November. I do that usually over on Instagram. I might do it on YouTube this year, but we'll see. We'll see how I. But yeah, so you've got a couple of spin sets over there, which is bats and rovings that complement each other. I'll show you what I mean. I'll grab one of those as well. So I've got spin sets and roll lags. I've got 3 spin sets up there. Scardy, seriously. So this comes with an art bat, and then it's got a roving that complements it. So like you've got a bumper pack. So they're on the website. I've got a couple of those. I'm probably due to do a couple more just to top it up. And then I've got some grab bags left over. And I do these every so often when I've got a load of stuff that I've not used up when I've been blending art bats, or when I've had an order in and I've got leftovers from the dyeing. They're lovely. I love the project bag that you got from me last year. What advents are you doing this year? Sorry, I'll show you in a second. So these are grab bags. So I've got a few of these still left on the website, and they're just a mixture of all sorts. Hand dyed fibres, hand dyed rovings. They've got bits of bamboo. Not all of them, but all like slightly got different things in there. So, and that's got hand dyed merino, Shetland, Rambouillet, woodland whiteface, and some bamboo in there as well. So that's with grab bags to do those. I've got a couple of bags of locks to put on that I found when I was sorting stuff out the other week. There's another one of my grab bags, see what I mean? But they're all different. So that's hand dyed 23 micron count and 21 micron count merino in that. Woodland whiteface, llama viscose blend, and merino slugs and Shetland. So yeah, that's what I put those together, because it's always handy just to put bits and pieces aside. Christmas Advent, there's 3 available. Have you not got your email through, Sandra? Right, so Christmas Advents this year it's all about the teal. Now, I did have some confusion. Oh, is it all just teal? No, it's not just teal. It's inspired by teal, complemented with teal, or a hint of teal. So these are the colour inspirations. So I always work from images. So like this one, it's got the really dark blue, and it's got turquoise, which is counted as part of the teal group, and then these creams and beiges and sandy colours. So it could work out that it's like a base of turquoise with hints of these colours going throughout them, or it could be a base of this fluorescent limey sort of colour with deep sapphire blue, and then turquoise and a tealy green in between. Or it could be mostly a teal base like this one, with the pastels overlaid in between or in the striping colours and stuff like that. So these are the inspirations for the Advents this year. As I say, they stop on the shop on Tuesday. I have 3 different ones. I have first. What adverts are you doing? Sorry, I've been out of touch. Love the colour. You love the colours. Yeah, they are really, really nice. I mean, they're up on the website at the moment. I can throw you a link later on. So you've got these purples down here, and then you've got the C one. Now this one, I remember I actually used this in inspiration for storyteller bats when I was doing the Patreon last year. And I wanted to pick them up. I was like, oh, we've done this colour, but there's no harm in doing it again. So they're not all going to be specifically teal. It'll be hues of teals, shades of teals, the either side of teals. It'll be complementary colours that go with those mallards and turquoises and duck egg blue, duck egg green, those sort of shades and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Or forest green, which has got that bluey tinge to it. So it's quite a wide spectrum to sort of work with. So the Advents work out at, right, so I'll do the 2 smaller ones. There's two groupings. One's yarn and one is art bats. And the art bat is 4 Sundays of Advent. And that is 4 times 100 gram art bats, inspired from 4 of these pictures on here. So I'll look for the average, like the more popular ones on there. And so each bat's got a look. But I'll also use the same colours for the 4 Sundays of Advent yarn, which would be 100 grams of, usually a 4-ply, but if you want a DK, you need to let me know when you place your order. And it'd be a merino blend. So it could be merino and silk, it could be merino and tencel, it could be merino and bamboo, it could be merino and alpaca that I use. I decide when I order it as to which one it's going to be, but it will be a merino blend. I say merino because I just find it a lot easier to dye with and to work with, and it's the really popular version of the yarn to buy. If somebody would say I really don't like the merino and you prefer I don't know, like Corridel or something like that, then I can arrange that. But as I say, I won't be accepting any more orders from Tuesday, so just get in touch with me, let me know what you prefer if that's the case, and I'll sort it out. Because if it's a really expensive yarn, then I'd have to adjust your pricing, and that's another reason as to why I go with the merino. I mean, it's still expensive, don't get me wrong, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a lot cheaper than buying something that's an alpaca, mulberry silk and Polworth blend. Do you know what I mean? Because that's nearly 10 quid 100 grams now. It's getting really expensive in the suppliers. So in those parcels, you also get a handmade item from Woolly Cottage as an extra gift for saying thank you. It's your Christmas present from Woolly Cottage, which last year was that design of project bag. Years before that, it's been these lovely little, like, not quite pencil cases, but a place where you could put all your little scissors, your sewing needles, and all your bits and pieces in. But it's handmade and hand sewn by me. You also get little bits and pieces. You'll get a couple of gifts that are related to fibre crafts that you may do. So you need to let me know at cart as well, or just drop me a message over on Instagram. It's probably quicker. But then there's a chat box on the website you can use, and you can access me straight there as well. Just like doing a DM through Instagram or Facebook, and just let me know what your preferences are when it comes to wool crafts, so I can at least make sure that there's some items in there that suit what you do. As well as a couple of other bits and pieces, but I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to give you any hints or anything like that, because I'm just starting to buy the bits and pieces in now, as I'm nearly at the end of accepting my orders. So those two are above £85 each. That's how much they are. UK, the free postage, but if you're overseas, the postage will be applied on top of them. They usually work out, they're 400 grams each for the thingy, but once all the gifts are in there, they're all individually wrapped. I put a letter in as well to tell you what the items are and what you've got in there and the theory behind it, like an introduction letter. That goes in there, so the weight soon adds up, and it ends up being just shy of probably about 900 to 1,000 grams to a kilo in weight. The other one that I have got that I do is I usually do 24 days of Christmas. So it goes from the 1st of December all the way through to Christmas Day. But last year, I did 12 days of Advent, and it was actually work-wise a lot easier for me to do. Plus, a lot of you is actually going by the 24 days of Advent as well from other people, or even World of Wool, they do one as well. So that's why I thought, well, I'll just stick with the 12 days of Christmas, 12 days of Advent this year, which means you open it up from Boxing Day all the way through into the new year. But with that, you'll get actually something to open up on Christmas Day from me. Scardy, stop it. So 12 days of Advent, it's this year 12 times 50 gram art bats, all in the theme that we've got for It's All About the Teal. Each one of these pictures, as I've said. So you get 12 times 50 gram art bats, plus Christmas Day you get 100 gram art bat. And in that you get the exact same handmade gift that the smaller ones get. Plus you get extra gifts, a little bit more than the smaller ones. And everything's all gift wrapped, and you get your letter from me in bits and pieces. And if you've been a regular of my Christmas Advents, you know what to expect every year. And then a couple of other things that you're like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. So yeah, so that's how they go. They're open, as I say, they're open for the UK and Australia and New Zealand if you want to order them, and Canada. Now, I'll get onto this subject now while I can. Obviously, the carry on with the postage to America. I have reactivated my shipping, guys. I have found out what I need to do and what's expected of me and what I have to do now, and I will quickly read through it for you. I sent an email out for everyone today. In that as well is also a bit of a message and explanation of what's happening, because of the now we were all expecting a 10% tariff from the United States to kick in on the 29th of August. What none of us around the world was expecting was for the customs free or de minimis to be revoked. So because of that, it just sent the postal system into absolute chaos around the world, as you all know. So especially smaller businesses like me, we had no clue what to do or what was happening. And in the UK, Royal Mail and DPD said, right, well, we're going to have to figure out what we have to do and sort stuff out that way. So as of Thursday last week, they were only shut down on Royal Mail for postage for just shy of a week. Last Thursday, they opened it up. But when I went looking for the information, they didn't really explain what I needed to do and how much I needed to do. My question was, which I couldn't get anywhere, it written down in black and white from anyone, not even on Royal Mail. All they said is they take 10% off and there'll be a handling fee and this, that, and the other, but they never actually mentioned how it happens. And I couldn't even do a trial dummy on the Royal Mail app on my phone, because they've now put in other situations in place that I have to do before I can actually purchase. Otherwise, the purchase won't go through for the mail. So what I found out is, because my question was, do I charge 10% on every item that my American customer is going to buy from me, or is it the total value of one parcel? That was my question. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I've managed to figure it out, and I have got the information. I've looked it up now, and I've managed to find it with a little help from Gemini on Google. And on Wix, I asked questions on my website platform. I asked questions in the chat box as well, and they verified that's what I had to do. So I've been onto my website in the background and sorted out your tax on there. And it's 10% tax has been added on. So the way it'll work is, now I'll read this off, okay? After some research, I've now added 10% tariff to all USA states. So that's Kentucky, Hawaii, Massachusetts, Ohio, Louisiana, Indiana, Virginia, all those places, right? Every single one of them have all now had 10% tariff applied. So what that means, if you order $50 just for talk's sake, of wool or whatever from my website, then you will be charged 10% of that at cart. So you'll be charged $5 at cart for that if you pay in dollars. So when we purchase the postage for your Royal Mail order, we will add your 10% to that postage that we pay, and that 10% to Royal Mail on your behalf. They send that tariff to your government directly, meaning that you shouldn't be charged anything extra to receive a delivery. The new system in place is called Postal Delivery Duties Paid, or PDDP. I'll read that again. Postal Delivery Duties Paid, PDDP. Also require both your, I need to now have, when you place your order on the website, it's not just your email address that I need also your phone number and your full address. Because if I do not have your email and phone number, your contact phone number, then the Royal Mail will not allow me to progress any further in paying for the postage. So I'd have to stop it if I haven't got it, come back, hold it down, send you an email, say, sorry, but I can't put your postage through till I have a mobile number for you, and then I can go through and carry on with the rest of the system. So you pay 10% on an order from UK company or UK business. Don't know how anyone else is setting out, but from me, okay? So 10% from me of your total order at cart, whether it be 89 quid or 26 quid, 10% of that will be added on top, plus your postage on top as well. Then when I go to Royal Mail, I take your postage and your 10%. Royal Mail will ask me for that amount of money, all in total, and I have to pay that to them. They then forward that 10% to the government over on your side of the pond. But also they have a handling fee, which is 50 pence per parcel, from what I was reading. So every time I put an order in from a postman to come collect it, Royal Mail, when I'm paying for that postage, will charge me an extra 50 pence. For the time being, I'm not going to pass on that charge to you. I'm going to wait till things settle down and see if this is going to be a permanent feature. None of us know what's going on over the next 5 years. I haven't got a clue what's going on next week at the moment. So I'll cover your 50p handling fee. That's the 50p that Royal Mail want for the extra admin that they're now having to do to get your postage out there and to pay your tariff, your 10% tariff to your government. So we're collecting it and paying it on your behalf. That's it, generally, at the end of the day. There's a butterfly in my room. That's why I'm distracted. There's a flaming butterfly in my room. Oh, bless it. Where are you going, mate? Where are you going? Can you see it floating around? No, not me. I'm not floating around. Ow! Get down. Anyway, so I hope that's not all clear as mud. I have bullet pointed it and put it in my in an email. So I'll just give you a breakdown. 10% tax tariff is added to your total order at cart, plus you pay your postage. Your 10% tax tariff is in turn then paid directly to Royal Mail when postage is paid for your order to be shipped out. Royal Mail then pay that 10% on your behalf directly to the US government. And we require both your email and your phone number when placing your order, as well as your full address from now on. Otherwise, we cannot process your order. And we have to come and hunt you down. So that's it, really, at the end of the day. So, yeah, Christmas Advents end on Tuesday. I'm back posting out to America at the moment. If there's any extra fees or whatever, I will cover it for you and sort it out my side. Rectify whatever I need to rectify if that's the case. And if it looks like it's going to cost us both a lot of money, if that's the case, then I may have to stop and reconfigure what the heck's going wrong or what I could be doing wrong. But you won't incur any extra. I will sort that out my side. You just need to do your 10% and your contact details. Otherwise, I can't process your order through. Anyway, so we'll be at 29 minutes. You know, I'm going to have another biscuit. I'm going to have another sneaky biscuit. What else I'm up to? This week, I've got a Patreon video. Flaming dog. Honestly, she knows when there's food around. I've got a Patreon video that I need to get filmed. Oh, here goes. Take it. Patreon video I need to do. I've just uploaded a Patreon video onto YouTube from last last August. It's a follow-on from the dye pot video that I released a couple of weeks ago. What else? I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that is about it. I haven't really been up to much. I've been trying to get stuck into my book. There's the bin men. Do you know those swines never turned up yesterday? So me and Phil blinking, oh, not yesterday, Tuesday, they tried to make an excuse that there was a car stuck in the road. So they sent me a picture, look at that. They sent me a picture showing me what the car, that car was not there like that yesterday. And why would the black bins be parked, well, Ishbel's black bins be up by her gate if it was bin day? Honestly, that photograph from weeks ago, unbelievable. Yeah, so I had a letter, so I've had to sort that out. But that's said we weren't going to get our bins collected. We'd have to wait for the fortnight, but they just turned up. My excuse to that was, well, they've got to go past 4 houses before that picture even takes effect, that they can't go any further up the lane. Because there's 4 houses before that car. There's no excuse for them not to have it blinking fixed up. Right, so what am I doing? I'm looking for something. All right. No, not that one. I want this one. I want this one. Me. I'm doing it. I'm here. Dog's just eating biscuit. I get half a biscuit and then the dog pinches the rest of it. Where is that one? Just waiting for that. So yeah, I'm 1 centimetre of range on Tuesday. Does it not? My computer doesn't even know it's Thursday. No, I don't want Cura. Cancel. I want Canva. Yeah, go away. Hold a second. My keyboard's over here. Hold a sec. I want Canva. All right. There we go. So yeah, I'm not quite halfway through my book, but I am back doing it again. I had to really give it a bit of a rest for a while there through the beginning of the summer because I just couldn't concentrate. But after taking, I think it took about 4 to 6 weeks for the iron and the folic acid tablets to kick in to help even out my heart rate. And I was getting so bad I could barely concentrate. So I never got really much further on my book, but I'm back at it now. I've been in and I've been having a rejig about with the fonts and rephrasing paragraphs and relaying pages out and stuff like that. Let's see if we can twist you around. I'll get you over here. Rejigging my pages around and stuff like that. Let me see if I can switch you around. 1 second. There we go. There we are. So that's what my book's looking like at the moment. So if any of you that didn't know, yes, I am finally, after a lot of nagging over the last 4 years of YouTube, I was asked if I could put a book together of the way I talk and explain stuff on my YouTube. So a lot of these pages, these ones here, some of these have been filmed and put onto Patreon as well. This one is explaining, let me get the pages up. Oh, that poor butterfly, I'm going to have to try and figure out how I'm going to get her out. So yeah, that's a working title at the moment. That's just the first page. So a little bit of an about me, and then start talking about the equipment that I use. Not so much what everyone else uses, but what I use and how I do things, really. A lot of facts in there as well. So like you've got your colour wheel terminology, hues, values, complementary, monochromatic, analogous, different ways of putting colours together. And in between each certain sections of the book, I'm putting in a page where you can actually take notes or write notes down yourself. Then I've got saturations to explain about diluting the dye pigment and the different results that you get from them as well. So that was one I did not long ago. I don't think you've got anyone seen any of those ones. Designing with the colours in mind. So I go into my explanation, my thoughts on that, roving in tops, which is what I was leading to. So then I talk about that in the micron counts, how to do immersion dyeing, a bit more step by step, how to lay your wools out in your tray, or your fibres or your blends. A bit more information there. More notes to do, setting your yarn, wet finishing your yarn. So I need to add a picture in there. Steaming your roving and your yarns, why you want to do it. So there's a bit of bullet points in there as well. There's like here. So in there, just to put things in a bit more simplified layman's terms. Preparation of roving to spin it. So I've got another picture down here because this yellow here was actually a cable spun blend, and I've got the yarn here so you can actually see it. So I need to get that photographed and put on there. So these are all, I took the photographs, I did them, and I actually filmed the progress and put them on Patreon. So if you're interested, you can go over there and find them over on Patreon if you want to join as a member. Then I do swatches to show you what it looks like afterwards. That's using the singles yarn, fractal spun yarn, and the results of that. Short colour change, long colour change, and then a crepe yarn, barber pole, some more notes, and then I'm just getting in and tweaking the back section, the type of information you need in your drum carder. And then ratio blending with alpaca and wool. So a bit more detailed and slow down. And then I'm just getting to this bit. I've got a load of pictures to go on there. I just haven't got round to it yet. My brain's like muddled as to how to layer it out. And then I've got to get my notes finished up and then sorted, and then sort my notes out and get it all typed up and lay out my photographs. So it's a bit of a process because, I mean, taking the pictures, because I have to remember to stop, take a picture, get the next stage done, stop, take a picture, so that I've got more than enough pictures to look through when it comes to laying them out and putting the directions and what it is that I've done and why I'm doing it and the conclusions of it and all the rest of it. So yeah, that's what I've been up to in between everything else. Everyone always says, oh, slow down. And I am, honestly, I slow down. It's a sitting down job. It's using your brain that I'm having a problem with. I'm having a problem with my brain, not with my body. Don't even ask about the body. Half the reason why I'm sat down quite a lot. That butterfly, I'm going to have to figure out how to get the bugger out. Where's it come from? Dogs off on one because I think that's Phil back from work. So yeah, that's what I'm doing behind the scenes. So by actually, as I said at the beginning, by ordering from my website or going over and joining Patreon, you're helping support in creating this book as well. Because I am talking you through it. I'm self-publishing. I do not have a publisher at all. I'm not with a publishing house or anything like that. I am raising the money for this to publish this book so I can sell it to you guys. It'll be next year before it's ready. I'm not doing a crowdfund or anything like that, not while I'm doing it, because it might take longer than I'm expecting it to. I've had a couple of dear friends give me a little bit of donations to help towards it. I've been using that to pay for the fibre or any fibres that I haven't already got incorporated, because some of these I'm blending and putting on the website, or some of them I'm blending so I can spin them up and film them at the same time for Patreon and eventually for you guys on here. So you can see them and then end up with the end product of the yarns, which I've got a basket full of all the stuff that you've seen in the pictures. So all of these. So these are all the fibres that you use for doing the colour ratios and stuff like that. This is the results of the alpaca blending and what the fibres look like afterwards. So there's that. And then we've got, what else have we got? We've got my fractal spinning samples. Those ones there. So I've got all of them here, and that's what my donations have been helping me with, is paying for the stock or the bits and pieces for actually doing it, taking the photographs, filming for Patreon, And as I say, eventually you guys will get some of those videos and see them probably later on in the year. So you can see what I'm up to and how far I've got. And you might actually quite enjoy them because they are quite informative. And it's practically the same information as what I'm written down in my book. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. So as I say, by helping subscribing to this channel, because I do not get paid for adverts or anything like that from YouTube or from Google. I'm a little self-made person. By purchasing from my website, even if it's only a little thing, and help support my business that way, so I can carry on doing these videos, carry on with writing this book without having to worry about where I'm going to get the supplies from for actually creating it. Or by going over to Patreon and becoming a member for as little as £3 a month over there, that would help me out so much as well, because that actually helps me be able to create content for YouTube as well as this. A lot of the fibers that I buy in from my Patreon money goes to be able to create the videos that I do on here. So yeah, anyway, I think I've waffled along enough as it is. It's 42 minutes or 41 minutes, 42 minutes. I wasn't going to come on today, but I thought, oh, forget it, I'll go on. And I can let my American viewers know, because I know that I have a couple of American customers that only come over and watch my YouTube, and they're not really social media inspired. So at least I can give you guys an update of what's happening, that I'm accepting orders from America again. Christmas Advent's closed down on Tuesday, and that's about it. Oh, in my book. That's all the news I've got. So if you've got any questions, comments, or queries, please do pop them down below. There is a video for you to watch now over on my channel as well. And that's it from me to you. Take care of yourselves. I will catch up with you in a fortnight's time. If there's any videos or anything you'd like me from the archives that I've filmed ages ago and you want me to redo, and it's maybe got music on it, give me a shout. Tell me which one it is, and I will refilm it and get it redone without the music on there. Yeah, so I'm looking for ideas for new videos and new contents and different things that you might actually want me to do that I haven't already covered. Right, I'm definitely off now. I'm going to drink my coffee. You take care of yourselves. I shall speak to you soon. Be good, be careful, stay safe. Bye for now.